Welcome back. We all know the saying, everyone's a Lobo here in New Mexico, and today is no different. Today is UNM's birthday, Lobo Day, which recognizes and celebrates the anniversary of the founding of the University of New Mexico. We're joined this morning by our good friend, historian Rafi Andonian, to give us a glimpse into UNM's rich history. Good morning, Rafi.
Good morning.
Long time no see. Rafi is even wearing his UNM bow tie this morning, if you can get a look at that. Rafi, why did UNM get established before New Mexico even became a state?
Well, I'm a UNM alum, to be clear, hence my bow tie.
He
right?
is a Lobo, okay.
Exactly, so it's important to me as well, and I got one of my degrees there. But of course, the reason that you have UNM get started, to answer your question, before we're even a state, is because when New Mexico is a territory, it's trying to make some efforts, or at least a portion of people are trying to make some efforts, to make it look advanced enough to join the United States as a full-on state. So at the time, New Mexico territory, you know, before UNM was established, did not have an institution of higher learning. It actually did not even have a public high school. And so as a result, there is this move in the legislature to establish institutions of higher learning. Now, what's interesting is that it happens kind of all at once. UNM gets started, and I should say when legislation passes, there is kind of multiple cities that want to get the university. So what happens is you have New Mexico State that goes to Las Cruces, you have the tech school that goes in Socorro. Oh yeah, that's right, you're New Mexico State grad, I forgot.
Yes.
And then you have UNM that goes in Albuquerque, right? And so as a result, you have this collection of higher institutions, higher education institutions that start, and that is kind of helping say, okay, we are ready enough to be a state. And so today, on February 28th in 1889, is when UNM is established. Now, one more thing that's interesting there is, it's not just universities. Remember, there was no public high school, and there were naysayers that were saying, how can you have universities without a public high school? So soon thereafter, there's a movement to establish public schools as well in the secondary level, so that the state can, or the territory can appear to be advanced enough to be a state.
Okay. Now, UNM has extremely unique architecture. I personally think UNM is one of the prettiest schools in the country. I have to say that about NMSU too, but UNM does have very pretty architecture. It's very unique, but it's also historically significant. Rafi, tell us why.
Well, for many reasons. Actually, what's funny is that at first, you have this more East Coast looking architecture because they're trying to look advanced. But soon in the early 1900s, there is a president that tries to establish what we recognize as sort of the Pueblo Revival style. But he's fired for a variety of reasons, but one of which is he made things look primitive, is what they told him. They didn't like that. Well, he was kind of ahead of his time, though, because 20 years later, in the 1920s, that style started to become really popular. And so the president at the time, Zimmerman, after whom the library is named, hires John Gom Meem, one of the most influential architects in American history. He comes from Santa Fe, designs much of the campus. Now, what's interesting about Meem is he takes kind of traditional feel, but he reinvents it. So you kind of have a regional feel, but he kind of does his own signature pieces, including twisted columns, which you see a lot of at UNM. And I think that's really cool because even to this day, when UNM establishes new buildings, of course, it's not John Gom Meem that's designing it anymore, and they've kind of departed from the style a little bit, but they kind of have a nod to that traditional style. So it continues to be a beautiful campus that evolves, but with a sense of the tradition that it has. Now remember, one more thing to consider is that Meem's homes today, because he also designed homes around the state, especially in Santa Fe, they go for $1 million or more. So it tells you the quality of the architect that started UNM's unique style.
Now, Rafi, just for fun, you said you got a degree at UNM.
I do.
Which degree did you receive at UNM?
My master's degree in history is from UNM.
Okay, so that's how he knows so much about New Mexico history as well. Where can we go for more information?
I think the best place is the UNM Alumni Association, actually. They have a lot of great stuff for someone that can just access immediately, locally. You can look at John Gom Meem stuff in archives at the state archives that have architectural things. And of course, you got to go to the bookstore with all this cool gear.
All the fun
because
merch.
I know you're New Mexico State and all, but UNM, baby, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, ouch. For a full recap of that entire interview, head to alwaysonkrqe.com. Stay with us. We'll be right back.